Well, hello everybody, it's Martille, and I hope you are having a great day. Today at the Academy we have another kick-ass create-along, and today we're going to be creating an art binder or art journal binder. Depends on how you use it, but this looks like a giant mess, doesn't it? Well, I have all of this on here because I just want to kind of run through some of the supplies I have. So first and foremost, you're gonna need a binder, like standard 3-ring binder, nothing fancy. Go to the thrift store if you don't have one of these on hand. Usually they have, you know, some old ones. I'm using also, I've got embellishments, all kinds of like felties and string. I got some paper cutouts, things like that. I have a rag, which I always almost have a rag. I have paper cutters, scissors, an X-Acto blade, a brush for glue. Let's see here. I have a whole cup of these little cutout things that I have, and they're just like random pieces that I kind of keep in this bowl. So if you want to use that idea, go for it. There's more embellishments. I also have this great big book that I found for, I don't know, like 50 cents or something at the library, you know, table of books. And it's great because it has these pages in it. And obviously some of this information would be relevant to someone, but since it was published in 1998, I am certain that 90% of the information about these colleges has changed. Okay, I also have a ruler. I brought a cup of water to rinse my brush. Decoupage glue. This is homemade, but you can use Mod Podge or even an off-brand, whatever works for you. I have some cardstock. And I have chosen to use basically a color scheme here, and I'll show you how I picked that. So I come here to blue, that was the main color, and then I looked at complementary, which is orange, and then I wanted to look at the triad from orange, and that's green and purple. So that's how I arrived at these colors. And for those of you who don't know about me, I carry a color wheel wherever I go. So it's, I'm kind of obsessed. So anyway, let me put that stuff away and let's go ahead and get started. So your binder, you're going to need to open it up completely flat, and there's a couple of ways that you can do this, and primarily this is how I suggest it, because honestly you don't want to apply your glue to the paper. You want to apply it to the binder, because otherwise it gets really wrinkly. All right. And I like to use a sponge for glue. And I do like these kind of bristle brushes, but because we're using this, this is what we're going to do. So, and that is why you don't use paintbrushes and glue sponges, because then it dyes your glue. All right, back to the original brush. All right, now I'm going to just put a very thin layer on here, really spread it out like it's almost going to dry. And then you simply start layering it on. Now it's going to wrinkle, so you're going to have to keep pressing this thing out. until it really comes down, because this stuff can get really wrinkly. There's a little fuzzy. Okay, so let's just give this baby a tear. And the important thing about this is that you overlap your edge. Like, this is good, this not so much. But I'm just gonna, I'm flying here. And given that large pieces tend not to work as well, as you can see, they kind of wrinkle up. Using smaller pieces is a good way to start. And you're going to want to get into those creases really well. Okay, so when it comes to corners, there's a trick I'm going to show you here. So essentially, you take it and you want to fold a corner here and fold it here. Oh, I'll make sure our crease is there. And then you basically fold here, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut that edge off. And we can apply it directly to this corner very cleanly. And you'll see how in just a moment. Alright, so now I'm going to flip this over and show you what I mean about that corner. So when it comes down, you'll see that it creates a really nice corner edge, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So let's keep going with this. Now this is going to take some time to dry, and so today's is basically the first part of this instructional tutorial. So, and you can totally do this by eye, you know, just hold it here, hold it there, and then you just basically cut from corner to corner, just like that. And then glue it on. Now, once this dries, we're going to have to come back to it again and put another coat on it. And you'll be able to see sort of how that works. So go ahead and finish your gluing just like I'm doing here. Practice your corners just like I showed you on these. Oop. I'm messing my stuff up. And we'll be back next Wednesday with the rest of this. And we're going to make sure that you leave your edges. Don't, I can do this because I have canvas on my table, but we're going to be gluing them down like this. So make sure that you leave these loose so we can show you how to do that without, you know, with making sure that it's a clean edge. And we'll be using all these same materials. So we'll see you next week and hope you have a great day. Take care.